welcome back to my channel, Jamie Fran Colors. I'm Jamie and I am looking forward to coloring with you today. We are working in the Nightfall book by Maria Troll as we are working on our flower mini series. Of course, you don't have to use this book. You can use whatever book or print off or whatever you have that's flowers. But I'm enjoying working in this book. I will have it linked in the description box down below so you'll know where to find it if it is a book that you would like to purchase for yourself. Also, all my materials are listed in the description box down below and links to where to find them. And then I also have them up on the screen for you so you know what color and what pencil I'm using when I'm using it. So I enjoy doing these mini series and I'm excited to keep going on these flower adventure with you. So today is, I think, our 5th, so we're halfway through. And I've like got all these little tags sticking out of my book. But today is an interesting flower and not the most pretty, but I think it is a good one. Let me find it. There it is. So this is called a, now you have to forgive me on any of my pronunciation because, yeah, it's a GM Revel, aka the Water Avens, and I have some information here. So yeah, it's a GEUM RIVALE, so a GM Revel, I don't know. It's a flowering plant. Other names for the plant are a nodding Avens, a drooping Avens, cure-all, water flower, and Indian chocolate. I like the sound of that one. It is native to much of Europe with the exception of Mediterranean areas, as well as some parts of Central Asia and North America. In North America, it is known as purple Avens. It grows in bogs and damp meadows, so it needs water. So it's not a flower I see around my part of the country, and produces nodding red flowers from May to September. And I think they use the word red kind of liberally because I like the Indian chocolate, because I really think that that's kind of a good description. I don't know if you can see. It's very a reddish brown color. So it's very brown to me with like little pink, yellowish petals coming out. So like I said, it's not the most beautiful flower, but it is interesting. And we gotta have some variety in our flowers. So I don't know how well that's showing up, but we'll color it and see. So let's see, it's a native perennial of slow draining wet soil, can tolerate mildly acidic to calcareous conditions in full sun or partial shade. Habitats include stream sides, pond edges, damp woodland, and hay meadows. Pollinated by bees. I don't think that it was used for anything. No. Okay, so that's kind of what I have on this flower. I kind of like the Indian chocolate name, but I'm a fan of some good chocolate, so you know. Alright, so I have pulled some Prismacolor pencils for this. I don't think we're going to do the leaves. I think the leaves were green. I just kind of pulled for the stem and the flower. Yeah, so it does kind of have some green leafy things kind of down at the bottom, the base of the flower, but I think we'll stick with this. Alright, so the colors that I have pulled that I think will work for this is dark brown, Tuscan Red, Henna, Salmon Pink, and Sand. And I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll pull some cream as well for the very edges of the petals. So let's start there. So I was seeing that it kind of that red brown kind of came into the petals, but then quickly became more of a orangish yellowish color. So what I'm thinking is I'll put henna right at the base of the petal. And then go in with the salmon and go right over the top of the henna and kind of pull it out a little bit more. It seemed to get pretty light pretty quick. So I don't want to bring it down too much. Okay, and then the sand. I'm going to go over the henna and the, of course, oh goodness. Alright, sorry my phone rang. So I'm going in with the sand and I'm going right over the top of the henna and the salmon and then just pulling it out a little bit further. All of my pressure in this is just a soft, medium pressure. I like to color pretty lightly. Okay, and then let's take that cream and pull that all the way to the edge. So I'm going to go over everything again and then go all the way to the edge of the flower. That kind of blends it together and pulls a little color to the edge, but just makes it look like it's a really natural, easy blend. I like that. That's really pretty actually. Okay. Beautiful. I love playing with different and new color combinations. Alright, then for the rest of the flower, it's kind of this brownish, reddish color, and it's kind of a fuzzy plant, but I think we're just going to kind of ignore that. So what I'm thinking is we're going to start with henna and color the whole thing henna, and then we'll add some shading. So the henna is just going to give us some light variation, a little bit of reddish. So I'm just using light pressure. Down. Just lightly. And this is going to be that color too because it's kind of like a bud that hasn't opened yet. So I'll kind of do that. Okay, then let's go to our darkest color, which is going to be dark brown. We're going to put some shading. I'm going to keep my pressure pretty light and just go over it a few times to darken it up. Okay, and then let's put some kind of where anything touches. Maybe bring this down in here, the base of that bud. And here. And then again, let's do the base of this flower as well. So I'm keeping my pressure light and then I'm going over it a couple times to darken it up rather than adding pressure. Okay, then let's take a Tuscan Red and we're going to go over that dark brown and blend it into that henna. I'm still going to keep my pressure pretty light, very light really, because I don't want to overpower that henna. So I'm keeping it light. I'm going over the dark brown and kind of feathering it into the henna. We'll go back over with the henna again, which will help it all blend. Okay, so then let's grab that henna again, and I want to make sure you have a nice sharp tip and go over the chocolate, the Tuscan, and even that henna. Still, again, I'm kind of keeping my pressure light. I may add just a little bit of pressure to help it blend if I feel like it needs to, but really if I want that, I might go over it with an even lighter color because I don't want it to get too dark. So I'm keeping my pressure at a medium light pressure. Just going over everything. Okay, now I think it needs to be blended a little bit more, but I don't want it to become too dark. So I think I'm gonna grab the cream that we used at the very edge of these petals, and I'm gonna use that to blend. So this time I'm gonna add some pressure to kind of force those colors together and kind of fill in the tooth of the paper. I'm adding a little bit of pressure. I don't want to add so much that I'm hurting my hand. Add as much, you know, don't hurt yourself. Don't break your pencil. Don't, just enough that the colors are smoothing out, but not that you're hurting yourself or breaking the pencil or anything else. Look, love how lovely that is blending together. There we go. Lovely. Oh, I really like it. I love how kind of earthy it is. Love it. All right, let's do one more. So let's take that henna, if I can talk, let's take that henna and put it either at the base of the petals, just like we did on the last one, just lightly. Perfect. While we've got it in our hand, we might as well just base coat the stem, right? Okay, then let's take the Salmon Pink and we'll go over that henna on the petals and pull it out a little bit further. And then the sand. And then that cream, taking it all the way to the edge. Blending it out. Really pretty. I'm surprised how much I like it, actually. There's something outside making some noise. I don't know what it is. All right, then let's take the dark brown into that stem. Put that shadow in. That chocolate. Ooh, I Love it. I want some chocolate. I should go find some. It's making me hungry. I like this right at the base of these. Flower. What in the world? There goes the mailman, but there's something else out there. I don't know what it is. Just my luck, right? A couple of minutes I have to film today. Alright, so that's that dark brown. Then let's go in with that Tuscan Red. I love this color, such a pretty color. We'll go over the top of the brown, the dark brown, and just kind of blend it, feather it into that henna. Again, I'm using light pressure with this color. This color is very pigmented. Doesn't take much to get that color on the paper. There we go. Okay, and then let's take that henna and kind of blend that together. And last but not least, let's take that cream and kind of pull it all together, adding a little bit of pressure. Blending all of that out. It's amazing what a little blending can do. I love it. Guys, that looks so pretty. I might finish this page. Love it. So anyways, that's that flower. What's it called? A water Avens or a GM Rival? So pretty. I really like it. I didn't think I was going to like it. I actually tried to find a different flower in the book that maybe I would like to do better, but I'm really glad that I did this one. Yeah. Look at pictures and look around you and see what colors you see, especially in nature. Looking at a flower, you say that flower is pink, but then if you really start looking at it, you'll see, oh, there's like red tones and there's that kind of yellow. There's like yellow tone where the light is hitting it, and maybe there's some purple tones in the shadow. See what you see just looking at nature especially. And sometimes I'll even think like, ooh, that's like, that's got a little purple in it. It's probably like Parma Violet, you know, because I use my Prismacolor so often that I start to associate what I see with a certain color in my box. And it's really fun to see how close you can get and sometimes change it up completely and, you know, come up with a new color combination. Like, I had never put henna, salmon, and sand together before, but I really liked it in this picture. So I don't know, I challenge you to do that, look around, and I hope you enjoy this video and this series. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone else who might like it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.